rather sleep 2 nights in freezing rain in a tent at this point.
Good morning and welcome back to Backroad Journals. Excuse the noise in the background. We're at a little bit of an unusual location. We're at a train station and we're taking the train all the way to Prague from all the way up north from my mom and dad's town. And we're gonna have about 3 or 4 different layovers on the way and need to make sure that we're gonna get our suitcases back on the train. It's going to be a total of 8.5 hours that we're going to be on the train. And, well, why don't you just get on the train with us and let's go.
Let's go.
Should be railroad journals, really.
Railroad journals.
We'll see you there.
See you there.
Bye.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, we did.
What do you think of the train so far?
Convenient because we don't have to drive, but incredibly stressful. If you don't have a reservation for a seat, it's a nightmare. It's just hauling your luggage around all over the place. And then you get kicked out of seats and
It's complete mayhem.
it's complete mayhem. But glad we don't have to drive for a change. So
If you had to do it over again, would you drive?
yes. Double-edged sword, but I'd do it.
Going over there.
I'd rather sleep 2 nights in freezing rain in a tent at this point.
In a couple weeks, we can do that.
It's just a bit much at the moment, but we're almost there.
Thank you. Good night.
More detailed information concerning the train journey, including what mobile application or you can obtain from the train.
So this has been going on now. No one's picking up the phone.
We got another hour to go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Where there's a hope on one day hill, singing little dee and da da do do dum. And we got flowers and Rick and they were sitting up their bill, singing zippity zappy da yappy oh.
Wer hutscht der?
Eva, das weiß irgendwie nicht mehr auf. Ich
right. Apparently, that was some kind of an emergency kind of.
Yeah, no idea what's going on.
We just-
They stopped suddenly and everybody's belongings went to shit.
Maple fall down though. We're really ready to be done with this now. Catch up with you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the station Praha Hlavní nádraží. This train terminates here. Thank you for using our services and goodbye.
Yay.
First part's done.
First part's done. Now we gotta get up the stairs, so. Yay. Sweet. More stairs. Hey guys,
We made it.
we made it. After the train ride from hell, we made it into our apartment, which is absolutely beautiful.
Once we got in.
Once we got in,
some complications.
that was some complications too, but we finally made it. We left. We woke up this morning at 5 o'clock, and it is now almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're done for the day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a beer, relax, and we will definitely show you the place tomorrow, and then of course take you around town as well. But we gotta show you this place because it's pretty awesome.
The view.
Yeah, the view is incredible. Anyways, guys, we'll see you tomorrow morning.
See you in the morning.
Bye.
Bye.
Good morning, everyone. Well, we did have a good night's sleep last night, and that was much needed. We actually went out for a little bit of a walk last night. That was nice, just to stretch the legs a little bit. And then we hung out on our rooftop terrace. We had to pick up coffee on the way and a few other bits in the grocery store here because this place is not that well equipped. They don't have any coffee. So when we noticed that last night, it's like, we need to go and get some coffee. Since we're tired, we didn't really pay attention to what kind of coffee we're buying. And we bought decaf. Anyways, did the trick for this morning. Probably pick something up later on, but yeah, pay attention.
Let's take a little tour of the house. So like all places in Europe, there always has to be stairs. So we start here at the bottom. Which comes to the main level. And you've got your living room and the kitchen. The inspiration behind this place is from Corral, Quebec. He used to be in theater, or he was in theater, but he also wrote children's books. This one being one of the most popular, Dashenka, which means as a puppy sees the world. And it was about his fox terrier. And he just shows like from a puppy all the way up to adulthood. And all the little shenanigans and curious things puppies get up to. I think that's kind of cool. The window here, nice view. View of the rooftops there. And then we're gonna go up another level. More stairs. These are metal stairs too, so you don't really want to fall down them. Bathroom to the left. And then our bedroom. Sorry for the mess. That view is cool. The best part of this place, best part, is going up some more stairs. And these guys they're skinny stairs. And then there's a big hatch there that you can open, which leads you to, let's show you. Rooftop Terrace. Hi.
Hi.
When we saw this online, we saw the pictures, it's like, oh, we want to do this. We have to get this place. We're just so happy that it did not disappoint. So a lot of times you see a place and you see pictures and they don't live up to what they are. This one definitely did. Look at that view. All right, we're gonna enjoy our cherry liqueur, and then I think we'll take you around some of Old Town.
You want to warn everyone how busy it's going to be?
It's going to be very busy. Not as busy as it is in the summer, but it is going to be busy. It's way busier than we thought it was gonna be.
Be prepared, guys.
It's all good.
Here we go. Also, once you make it out of our elevator, there's a beer spa. And apparently, you sit in the barrel and drink beer. Wish I would have brought my swimsuit.
Those spires are the ones that we see from our apartment from the terrace from behind. So, and they're only about not even a 5-minute walk away from us. Over there where that tower is, that is the first stop, well, that's the entrance to the world famous Charles Bridge, right there. And I don't know if you can see the amount of people there right now, but it's absolutely insane.
think we might come back later.
We might come back at a later time. We were here in June of 2019. And it was pretty much just as busy. We're here now in March.
Didn't expect it to be this busy. So, oh no, it's off season.
No, we were wrong.
There is no off season.
There's no off season. Anyways, we're gonna try to make it back there later because we're not gonna fight our way through it. I think it's time for
Beer o'clock.
beer o'clock. We'll see you in a pub somewhere.
See you there.
Bye. Found ourselves a beer and are hiding in the side streets.
Where it's quiet.
Where it's quiet. It's complete mayhem. We didn't expect this. But anyways, we're gonna make the best out of it. And I think we're gonna be exploring the side streets a little bit more than
Yeah.
running along the main attractions. Cheers, we'll see you later.
Cheers.
We're gonna find some food now too. Good morning from our rooftop terrace. We didn't do much yesterday again. Just walked around a bit, explored, got lost in the back alleys a little bit. And ended up going back out in the evening to the main square. And just people watched and enjoyed life just happening right in front of us and just taking it all in. Everything is so beautifully lit up in the evening here. It's tough to capture that on camera. Hopefully it worked. But what I want to do now is I'm going to fly up the drone from our rooftop terrace. I bet you I'm not going to go far. I just want to exactly see where we're at because we've got the church over there. And then over there in the distance is Prague Castle as well. And in that same direction is the, I hope I pronounced that right, Vltava River that flows through underneath the Charles Bridge and everything, where we didn't end up going yesterday, or at least not onto it. All right, let me fly up the drone, wish me luck. I hope this is gonna turn out. Alright, the drone shots probably didn't really turn out. I had all kinds of warnings popping up on the screen, so I just landed it right away. Got a few shots, but better bring it down. I think we're gonna be on our way to one of the main squares here in Prague. I think we're gonna make our way out to Wenceslas Square. So that's where we're gonna be headed next, and we're gonna take you with. Let's go. We made it out to St. Wenceslas Square, but honestly, it's overcrowded, overpriced, and a little bit underwhelming, and clearly under a lot of construction. So we'll move on.
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
So we spotted that choir down there from our rooftop terrace. They just lined up. We're gonna make it down there and have a look up close. It's really close by.
Alright, that was pretty cool. Glad we came down here, yeah. Alright, we're going for one last stroll in the evening here. We just actually finished up a live with you guys and it was really fun hanging out with y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah, we're just wandering the streets a little bit. It's a bit drizzly, but still warm. I think we're gonna find ourselves some food. But in general, we're gonna call this a night and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Alright, it's time for us to leave. Got everything packed up. Now we gotta haul all this downstairs. And order us an Uber to the main train station. And off we go onto the train. Hopefully this train ride will be a lot smoother than the last one, but we'll find out. Let's go. We're standing here waiting for our Uber, and somehow they're getting more and more delayed for us to get to the airport, to the train station. So cutting it close at this point. Let's hope he's going to show up.
Our way back home on the train between Prague and Hamburg started off much smoother and more relaxed than the train ride in. However, after about the 5th hour or so, things started to go awry again.
We just made it on time into Hamburg train station. The train was a little bit behind because of a police incident on the train. So
Yeah, I was 10 minutes late to begin with.
Yeah, 10 minutes late to begin with, and then another almost 10 minutes later after that. But we still made it to our connector, so good stuff. This was a lot more relaxing than on the way in.
Yeah.
That worked out well. So I think on this note, we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna be home here pretty soon.
Soon is like another hour and a half.
Another hour and a half. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us this week in Prague. If you expected a comprehensive guide through Prague, sorry, that did not happen. But we did have a really good time immersing ourselves in the busy part of Old Town, and we had a really good time. So, and we'll see you in the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye. And of course, we should have just stayed quiet, saying everything went smoothly, because it didn't. We are somewhere, but not at the place where my mom and dad live. Somehow we took a wrong train, but it said
No, we took the right train, but apparently the train splits.
Yeah. Who does that? So the train splits.
At some point on our trip.
At some point on our trip, the train splits. And then one goes one way and the other one goes another way. So we clearly were in the section that did go the wrong way.
And this is where it's terminated, and there's no more trains.
No more trains. So...
Thank you, Mama Gunarski, for coming to pick us up.
Thank you. Thank you to my mom, who is actually now going out of her way to actually pick us up here at this... Rist town, village. Anyways, it's the update. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. On the bright side, there seems to be a beautiful sunset right behind the train station over there.
It looks pretty. At least we see part of it.